I like the sound of that for now. In the top right-hand side of Eternal Empire, he is the blue Protoss player from from North America and also Kazakhstan.
It's the USA, buddy. And his opponent on the bottom left-hand side, representing the U.S. Pardon me, not the US of A. Goodness gracious, our only Canadian player in Group B. And of course, since he's a Terran player in North America, that must mean he's from Alpha X. It is, of course, MaSa.
I love MaSa. Really nice guy. Had the chance to spend some time with MaSa. Really.
Oh yeah, when was that?
Finland.
I said when, but okay.
Oh, you said when?
I definitely said when, and then you said Finland, and I was like, ooh, interesting. Interesting time. Okay.
Last summer?
Yeah, 2019 for Aces ROG when you were covering it.
Yeah, whenever that was. I don't remember.
You don't have to remember at all, Grant. I will remember all the things for you here as we get into our final series of the day. For those of you wondering, we have now cast 9 series today with a significant break in between. And that means that our brains have turned into StarCraft mush. All the races, P, V, and Z, mixing in our heads. Completely unable to know our left from our right, a carrier from a corruptor, a broodlord from a baneling bomb. So this is going to be a really rough series for us, and I hope you'll stick with us because the game itself is promising to be really good as we see MaSa actually walling off his main base to hide his double gas start from PiLiPiLi. So he's gassed a little bit late, but he's still getting that factory down, which is telling me we may be seeing an early Stargate, or an early Starport rather, with some Cloak Banshees coming down.
Yeah, I definitely think we're seeing something very aggressive here from MaSa. He is still going 1-1-1 for now. We may see a second barracks go down. It would have gone down by now, I think. So I do expect we're going to be seeing something spooky from the starport. Or there's a bunker going down. This is so annoying. Now this isn't seen.
His gas is actually not saturated up there in the main, so that might not actually be the indicator we were looking for. Currently just mining with 3 total, and that's definitely an indication that it's not going to be Cloaked Banshee, as I may have suspected. But this Reaper from MaSa will get in here, and I love this little Kelliger move, hiding that bunker down below the natural expand, and it makes it so difficult to get down to the natural to start mining.
Yeah, and it has completed, and what that means, it's going to make it. It's going to make it. It makes it. It's not in range of a Nexus.
It's not supposed to be. So what this is supposed to do, you want to have your SCV near it, and the Reaper's supposed to fight down some of these probes that are mining, prevent the probes from mining from the close mineral patches, eke out back and forth when it can, and then of course the Reaper gets back into the bunker to heal back up, and then can pop out and maybe take some more pot shots here. But with 2 Stalkers now, this Reaper is going to be forced to get back into the bunker here, and with no SCV to repair the bunker, eventually it will go down.
Yeah, this is still very annoying. Of course, the probes have to be very carefully managed here, and now a Hellion joining the fray. Yeah, it's going to force a complete pull here. Battery as well to go down. There's 4 workers currently not working. The Hellion is going to be chased away. Oh, such a sick Hellion skin, like the tricycle one. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
But a couple of workers still may go down. Yeah, another one's going to fall. This is a mistake. I don't know why PiLiPiLi pulled back so quickly, and now the Reaper's going to get up to the main, get a full scout, see that it is in fact Blink. Reaper will finally fall, but it's more than pay for itself. Salvage on the bunker as well, I believe. And now, yeah, MaSa in a great position.
Ooh, nice snipe on the Hellion there. Has gone back, but MaSa going to be happy with the damage he's done, as you said. And now there's a medevac coming across. There's an armory coming down. We got some Hellbats in our future here. Or maybe, oh my god, it's not Hellbats. Never mind. He hasn't stopped making Hellions. He hasn't started making Hellions yet. Just going to be for that, not the drilling claws, but the whatever the upgrade is now for the Widowmine that makes them invisible when the armory comes out automatically.
As a Protoss player, this is the worst thing, because guess what? There isn't a robo. There's no way to deal with this until that robo is finished and the observers are out. So we're going to see the Widowmines come in now and burrow, and of course these are invisible even after firing. They have that upgrade, which means, oh, that's a mistake. Which means the probes can mine, but they have to constantly be pulled, and you have to keep an eye on it. If you forget, then you lose all your workers. Okay, there is also, wow. What? Okay, MaSa adding on a Raven as well. That's going to be pretty cool. There we go. We see it. Oh, a little laggy. Okay, just okay. It's just spiky.
Sorry, Grant, your microphone is suddenly very, very quiet. I don't know if the people are hearing it on stream, but you're like doing an ASMR cast for me. It's hard to hear exactly what you're saying.
Should be a little bit better now.
Thank you. I know you got a roommate that's asleep and you're trying to
that's why I'm having to. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, really bad loss there on that Widowmine. Drilling Claws a little bit too late to help out, but losing the second Widowmine means that MaSa's pressure there in the natural is going to be more annoying than game ending, as we do see that first Observer already coming out, and this Widowmine make it one last shot off here before it gets taken out. Oh, it's going to be so close, but a good snipe there from PiLiPiLi. What a save.
MaSa continuing the aggression though. He's continuing to produce Widow Mines, has he, actually? No. He's getting the upgrade for Widow Mines that he doesn't have. Interesting. It is, of course, going to be Bio here from... Why is he getting Drilling Claws? Okay.
He's thinking very long game here. It's a bit odd to get the Drilling Claws upgrade now, but maybe it'll be useful later in the game.
Yeah, only a single factory down now, of course, as this is very standard. Tank production has begun, and MaSa just sitting back on his laurels. He does have a third CC going up, and that'll be finished pretty soon at about the same time here with PiLiPiLi, and the game has sort of normalized a little bit, right?
Yeah, and I think that's going to be in favor of MaSa. MaSa's one of those players who's known to be terrifying once those bio tanks are out. He's got a very aggressive push style, and I think PiLiPiLi could fall under his thumb here. PiLiPiLi really needs to get out and get some aggression done, but of course he wasn't able to do so because those Widow Mines pitting him back to his natural for so long. Now behind this, he's adding on 3 gateways, finally getting charge and +1 for his armor. But MaSa already with the double engineering bay down, +1 has started. Single engineering bay? Double engineering bay. Oh, just the one, sorry. Single engineering bay, so this upgrade's going to be fairly even.
Yeah, in terms of production right now, it is just Marine, Marauder, Medevac. Of course, all those bio upgrades coming in. 6 more gates going down for PiLiPiLi. How many does that put him up to? 9? Okay, now that's a whole lot of gateways. So PiLiPiLi's about to really explode in terms of production. You can see there's only a couple more racks coming in, putting up a Terran to 5. So I think PiLiPiLi's going to look for some violence at the other side of the map very, very shortly. He is making a lot of sentries as well, which is a little untraditional in this matchup. Sentry, Immortal, Stalker. But if you can get the right force fields, of course, you can completely shut Bio down. And I believe MaSa is preparing for a Colossus push that isn't coming. He did get those... Oops, wrong button. He did get those Ravens, and they're only really useful against Prisms. I mean, the turrets are pretty good, as is anti-armor. But they're much more efficient against the Colossus push, and that's not what's coming here. It's PiLiPiLi making a whole bunch of Zealots.
You're absolutely correct. Colossus is usually what you want to see when you've got Ravens on your side of the map. But of course, as you said, they won't be completely unuseful. If they can get a disable down on that Warp Prism and prevent it from... If it gets into Warp mode, they can get it on there and lock it in place, maybe gun it down with some Marines. The Marine count looking pretty healthy right now, 16 Marines. I do love that MaSa's mixed in some Marauders as well for a little bit more beef, a little bit more bulk in the front of his army here, soaking up some of those charge lot shots as the charge lots try and come in. The Raven will see this attack coming. Huge scout for MaSa right now. Going to bring that back home instead of going across the map to try and drop some auto charge harass.
Yeah, that's really smart. This Raven could end up being an integral tool of keeping everything alive. Now, the setup here for MaSa is immense. He's got a complete wall that stops charge Zealots from being able to do anything. He's got tanks behind the wall. He's got plenty of Marauders. Man, these skins look so good. They look like fucking Space Marines. And PiLiPiLi is just going to go home. He's going to pick up Storm, get his +2 armor, continue pro production, and really set up for a 4th base here. And I like this, you know, he exerted a lot of pressure at the other side of the map. He certainly made his opponent worried, producing nothing but units, and now he can just expand. But MaSa's getting to that stage of MaSa where you have to be scared, because he's getting a Ghost Academy, and he's getting to that late game, and I just think he's so deadly in those stages.
He really is. The continued pressure, by the way, from MaSa, that one Widow Mine drop into the third, or the one Widow Mine walking into the third, getting 6 more probes, gorgeously done. That puts MaSa on 69 probes, giggity, to the 61 of PiLiPiLi. So he's going to have a distinct income advantage, and also with that 4th base on the way, that's going to put him even further ahead. So while MaSa's posturing for an attack here, make no mistake, he's not all in right now. He's just trying to put some pressure on PiLiPiLi and maybe thin down his army just a little bit. I'd be a little surprised if MaSa really pushed in hard here.
Storm drops are loaded up here in the Prism from PiLiPiLi, and if he can get those, this becomes very difficult. MaSa's army is very Marauder heavy, so of course it can take the Storms, but that is not the weather you want to be standing in. Oh my god, the anti-army missile is huge, but the Storm's just zoning this. There's so many Storms. Oh, absolutely decimating MaSa's army. I've got a cough, sorry Graham.
It's all right. Third Storm landing very well here, and that's not the engagement that MaSa wanted. All 3 tanks going down, the huge bio tank, the huge bio force going down. Going to lose everything on the retreat here as MaSa turns tail and Feliz. Unfortunately for him, he got absolutely destructinated there. He did land a really nice anti-armor missile, but it wasn't going to be enough to get the damage done. Those storms driving him out of position over and over again, and buying PiLiPiLi's slightly smaller army just enough time to get on top of our Terran player here. MaSa moving out, and this time he's got a secret weapon up his sleeve. 3 ghosts at the front of this army. He's got to be very cautious of those ghosts, though. What the hell is he doing? Get those ghosts out of there. Get those ghosts out of there.
That's a lot of hallucinated stalkers. I kind of like that. He's sort of pretending he has a lot more than he does. Hallucinated stalkers and the real stalkers will go down. Ghosts are very nice, but you can't, I mean, it's very difficult to EMP storm drops, because of course they're safe when they're in the prism. They're not going to lose energy if they're EMP'd, right? So you have to do it the second that they drop. You have to predict that drop. Okay, this is nice though, because now they are stuck. Now they are in a lot of trouble. Force fields will need to come out. Concussive shells is already done. So there's so many have good surface area. I kind of would have liked to have seen a commitment to the fight from PiLiPiLi. He probably could have taken it because the storms were available again.
Very minus storm on the Protoss army itself. A very difficult engagement to take, though, if your warp prism is disabled. That interference matrix, of course, prevents the warp in of any new units, and you won't be able to micro the immortals either. Right now, PiLiPiLi has to save those immortals. They're one of his only big units that does a lot of splash damage there. Nice pullback there from MaSa. Luckily, not getting a lot of friendly fire on those Widow Mines. A dodge storm from MaSa, not too bad. This fight not going as well for PiLiPiLi as the first one.
I don't know, the Immortals and the Storm standing strong. Actually, there's a lot coming in from the side here. It looks like MaSa has too much. MaSa muling up behind him. Those were not mana mules, you cheeky boys. But now MaSa going to be able to take out everything. The Immortal goes down. MaSa takes a 70 supply lead. And GG.
Yeah, PiLiPiLi just missing some storms there, not microing his immortals quite as well as you should have, and not able to set up that warp prism for another big round of warp ins to support that match. So unfortunately for him, his first engagement going very, very well, but MaSa having the economy behind that and having the proper unit composition, scrubbing in those ghosts, a couple Widow Mines, and really nice micro in the fight, all sort of adding up to a perfect storm. MaSa going to take game number 1 here.
Excuse me, guys. I'm starting to cough a lot, so I'll try and mute each time. We will be moving into map 2 very shortly, which will be on Ice and Chrome. Potentially our last map of the night. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm a little bit quiet now, but I do live with a housemate, and it is. I mean, it's the next day. I'm in the future right now. It is currently Friday for me. It is early in the morning, so I have to be a little bit quiet.
Congratulations. How's the future?
Shit.
Really? Do we have hoverboards and?
Yeah. But
the song Johnny Be Good?
But they're all carcinogenic.
Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. That's like having a dead butler. Like, it's useful, but is it?
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, and there's also them everywhere.
Right, oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Game number 2 going to come to us on Ice and Chrome LE. I'm not sure which player chose these maps. We don't actually. I don't have access to that. Oh yeah, I do actually. Hang on.
So this is PiLi's map choice, and then
this is PiLi's map choice, which makes a lot of sense for a Protoss player. This is a solid map for Protoss players. Lots of choke points, lots of ramps, lots of sneaky places to hide. But MaSa, a really good player. I wouldn't be surprised to see MaSa going for some early aggression this game, maybe even a proxy Rax now that he's up 1 game.
Yeah, he's certainly a player that has done it in the past. We are just waiting for PiLi to say that he is PiLi ready, and then we'll be getting into our next and potentially final map of the night. Crichton, it's been a lot of fun today.
It's been a very long day, hasn't it, Grant?
It's been a long day, yeah. How long have I been like? 8 hours. But I got up really early, so I've been awake 19 hours now. Oh my god, I've been awake 19 hours.
Well, I hope you get some good rest tonight, because we're coming back tomorrow to continue to tear up that B stream. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and then we've only got a few days left really, and when all is said and done, including a couple of mainstream dates. But for now, let's get into our next game as MaSa takes on PiLiPiLi here on Ice and Chrome. Crichton, do the wonders for the first floor.
I'd be happy to. Spawning in the bottom left-hand position, it's our Terran player representing Alpha X and Canada. His name is MaSa.
And opponent in the top right, representing North America, originally from Kazakhstan. He is the red Protoss player. Is he teamless, Crichton?
He is.
It's PiLiPiLi. I used you as part of my intro then. Did you like that?
Very good. That's all that Twitch is an interactive medium, right? So it's all about roping other people into the same experience, and I was definitely part of that experience. Now, sadly, my prediction earlier that he might be going for some sort of proxy racks nonsense, not going to be coming true this game. We see that Barrett's going down on the high ground, but look at this second gas being taken from MaSa super early this game. Whoa, goodness gracious. Second gas going down. This is definitely could be a Cloak Banshee timing.
Yeah, it could also be very quick Marauders. We've seen a bit of this. MaSa going for that full block. He's a fan of this. I've seen him do this a lot. Of course, it's cost a little bit more. You have to spend the 100 minerals to throw that down, but you're going to be making it anyway, so it doesn't slow down things too much. You have to send a second SCV to keep it alive from the probe because it will only have 20 hit points. But as soon as a Reaper comes out and begins working on them, this is completely fine. You can see that it needed to be built about now anyway, so it's only a few seconds early. I really like it for denying that vision, because MaSa is playing a funky style, I think it's fair to say. I don't know if he's going to do it. No, he's not going to go for the bunker this time. It did work out last game, but I think it's sort of a one-trick pony. Instead, he's going to steal some minerals.
Good scout from MaSa, though. Gets all the way in there, sees everything. Not there's that much to see right now, but still good to get in there. Got to be very cautious with this low ground SCV. He's chasing this probe away very aggressively for an SCV with no help. But, oh, MaSa, you've dug too greedily and too deep, my man. He's going to lose the SCV, so a bit of a loss there from MaSa, but really, that's just a one. It's okay. He would have liked to use that to build his natural command center, but so far, instead of a natural command center, look at that main base of MaSa. We see a second barrack coming down right away.
Yeah, this is sort of what I expected here. Now, is there a tech lab going down onto this? No, a reactor. Okay, so this is going to be a 2-1-1 push, aiming to hit the third, most likely with some sort of tech from the starport. I certainly like what MaSa's looking for here, but it's going to be interesting to see if it works out, because it's very difficult to scout, and we're not seeing... we've not seen a sentry come in here from our Protoss player, so he is going to play blind. You can see he has not seen the main, and he will not see the main anytime soon. Gas for MaSa is really starting to bank up now. He is mining 6 on the gas, and I'm interested to see what goes on here. This depot's in a weird place.
Very weird place for the depot there, and yeah, 2-1-1 finishing up soon. Tank coming out now, and I wonder if there'll be a swap over from the tank if he goes for like a Raven, or is he just going straight into Medevac. It looks like Medevac straight away from MaSa, who's going for an early drop this game. Now, this is something I haven't seen in a long time, Grant. The very early 8 Marine drop.
Yeah, I do like it. This is going to be very hard to hold. Blink is on the way, and Blink is very good for pushes that come across the map. But if you're dropped and you don't see it coming, and it comes very early and is unexpected, it can be very frustrating. And PiLiPiLi, after killing the Reaper, will feel confident to move out. The earliest Widow Mine drop hits at about 4:30. Of course, that's not going to be. It isn't going to be that. Although PiLiPiLi doesn't know it, so he has some time to move out, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And now we see the Marines go marching. There's SCVs with them as well to throw down bunkers. This is very aggressive. MaSa looking to pick up a quick win. It's 19 army supply to 6.
I think the SCV's also there to repair the tanks that are currently in the medevac, but the Stalker's going to catch this SCV, and now PiLiPiLi knows something's up. Shield battery already going down. I wouldn't be surprised to see 1 or 2 more getting dropped as well, but Blink still several seconds away, which means PiLiPiLi is not going to have the mobility that he really wants right now.
So good.
Marines coming in to trap these Stalkers here. Very nice micro from MaSa, going to drop those tanks right on top of the Stalkers. The Stalker's barely going to make it away, but now PiLiPiLi's zoned out of his natural.
Yeah, there are 3 Stalkers here. Bunkers should go up, 1 and maybe even a second. You want to keep the SCVs alive, they're very important. But the tanks are going to be able to see down in such a good position. This is so close to the natural. If he can get just a few steps further forward. Oh, he gets the Stalker. That's such a big pickup here. The other Stalker's completely zoned off. They're going to try and go for the reinforcements, which is nice. But the bunker is going up. The second tank needs to move a little bit further forward because it's not currently firing. Maybe move in between the bunker and this wall area. Excuse me. But once the bunker gets up, this is so hard to break, and we have a parade push here from MaSa.
Well, we wish we had a parade push for MaSa. He's certainly trying, but he can only get about halfway across the map before those Stalkers are trying to find him left and right. The Liberators sieging up are going to be huge. We see the aggressive going forward from PiLiPiLi here, getting 1 tank. The second tank still at the Immortals. Should be able to clear that tank up. The Liberator just out of the fight here. Nice cleanups there from PiLiPiLi. MaSa's going to get pushed away here, but the bunker's finished up, which means it's so difficult to engage now. Liberator not that medevac, barely going to make it out here. 1 more tank down for MaSa here. This is a really hard contain, but PiLiPiLi has a huge income advantage right now in game number 2.
Yeah, MaSa has to kill his opponent here. He's trying to balance with a tank. The tank taking... Oh, he doesn't get it! That's a big loss. Okay, the Marines do manage to take it out, but there's just too much Protoss here. It looks like PiLiPiLi has done it. MaSa down 20 supply. He is down 18 workers. I mean, he has nothing left. He has a tank sieged up on our sexy logo here, but he's in so much trouble.
Really sloppy there from MaSa, if we're honest with ourselves. Just not the greatest engagement we've seen all day. PiLiPiLi able to get the blink off, able to blink on top of the other tank as well. And GG goes down right away as PiLiPiLi draws us in to a game 3-3 here at the end of DreamHack Fall 2020.
Of course, we never want a 2-0, but in this scenario, I really wanted a 2-0. We will be moving on to our final map, which is going to be MaSa's choice. Well, no, it's going to be the final map of what was left. So it is going to be Everdream. Very standard maps all around here. Freighton one more time into the breach, one more time over the hill. We can do it. We've got this.
Once more into the breach, my dear friend. We can do it. That's right.
Do you know what into the breach is in French?
Let us never falter. Let us never waver as we carry our banner down the hill and into the valley of StarCraft days gone by. We will reach that verdant plain, Grant, and we will accomplish our dreams as we get into game number 3 with PiLiPiLi and MaSa. Now, some of you in chat may be thinking like, wait a minute, why does PiLiPiLi care? He's practically out of the tournament already. He's 0-3. What does it matter? First of all, your voice is really annoying. Shut up. Secondly, it's important because PiLiPiLi wins money, cold, hard cash for every single game that he wins, every single match that he wins, rather. Each match worth $125. If you don't think about this as a group stage for a bigger tournament, if nothing else, think about it as a series of $125 best of 3 show matches. As far as a StarCraft player is concerned, money does not get much better than that. I have paid top tier GSL Korean pros less than that for a best of 9 show match, Grant. So these guys really are competing to get the most for their money as we get into game 3 on Everdream LE.
And for one final time tonight, he is the Red Terran player from Canada, representing Team Alpha X because he's a North American Terran player. It's MaSa.
And his opponent, in the bottom left-hand side, previously a Kazakhstanian, now representing the US of A. It is our Protoss player, currently teamless. His name is PiLiPiLi.
Spun the camera so early. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
It's all right, man. It's all right. So I gotta know, does PiLiPiLi just think his name is Piri Piri, like the pepper from Nando's, and he's just spelled it incorrectly?
Nando's delivered to where I live.
Oh,
I know.
That's
always
you're living the life, my man.
I know. It's expensive though. That's cast as a poor. Donate to Grant. Gateway going down. Everything going down as standard here at home. Single gas. No block here from MaSa, who looks like he is going to play very standard in this one. Try and take this all the way into at least a normal mid game from what we can see so far. Of course, you can't really tell just yet, but Rack's going down. Well, I just got a message from them canning.
What is he on about?
This is on stream. Okay. I told him to fuck off.
All right. Well, NG Bay block here from MaSa, which is something we don't see that often anymore, man. He's going to finish up 90%, and that means this probe is going to have to work double hard to try and drive it back. Going to force a Zealot as well out of PiLiPiLi to clear this. He's not going to be able to expand for a long time, and even though there's a pylon block on the other side, of course, MaSa, he's playing Terran, man. He could just drop a command center on his high ground if he wants to. This is going to really frustrate PiLiPiLi just a little bit.
M. Canning is also casting with us through the medium of whispers.
That's not helpful.
He just keeps messaging me saying he can't believe it. The Zealot and the Probe are now breaking down this eBay, but it got really far in, and the eBay has a lot of armor, so it takes a very long time to take down, or a lot of hit points. It takes a long time to get down. We can see there's no CC yet, though, for MaSa, who did the delay by going for this eBay block. He's going to throw it down on the high ground, which I find a little surprising. I guess he's worried about the Zealot. Yeah, of course. If there's a Zealot, he's always going to walk across the map. This is smart. This is pretty smart play here from MaSa. Yeah. Everything is normal aside from that. No add-ons just yet. Slightly surprising. Widowmine. It does look like a Widowmine drop coming in. Meanwhile, PiLiPiLi sticking what he knows, and that's Blink.
I do want to mention, of course, that we did see MaSa open with a Marine opener as opposed to a Reaper expand. This is something a lot of Terran players are doing against Protoss more lately as they're finding it more difficult to get into the Protoss main base. The Stalker need a couple pot shots off there, and one Marine actually quite low, but the Widowmine should be able to zone PiLiPiLi out here. He's not going to be able to get in.
Goodbye, Zealot. Zealot goes down. There are a few Marines here that will be able to chase away this Stalker. Everything is relatively standard and safe right now. It may look a little bit scary, but it's all fine. The Stalker is going to have to go home. The CC on the high ground, very, very smart here. It would have been delayed otherwise, and I really like this. This was smart from MaSa, actually. I didn't consider it until after it was done. Repairing this Widowmine, more Widowmines coming in because he wants this drop to be as efficient as possible. But showing the Widowmine shows that it's a Widowmine drop, right? It's never going to be anything else. If there's Widowmines, they're going across the map.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, sometimes you get lucky and use them defensively against a Void Ray or something, but not the case this time, as there's no Void Ray coming out from PiLiPiLi. Now, this Widowmine drop has been spotted, as you said. The Robo already going down. It looks like PiLiPiLi's going to be cranking out that Observer lickety-split as quickly as he can. We saw his pulls last game pretty good against those Widowmines, so it's up to MaSa now to really make the damage happen. Going to pump out a Raven, I believe, after this to go with the Armory, and I wonder if we'll see a third base out of MaSa this game. He played very uneconomically in game number 2.
Yeah, I think he's certainly got to look for it. Armory going down here. Do we have eBays? 1 or 2? Do we have any? Why is there an Armory? Widowmines.
Yeah.
Completely. 2 workers go down, but a huge pull here. I'm surprised he pulled back. Oh, he saw the rover, of course, yeah. So MaSa just going to save his Widowmines, keep them alive here. Very nice from MaSa. Finds a couple of probes, but also a lot of lost mining time. Puts himself into a pretty good position, and he should certainly look for a third within the next minute or so. I would say a little bit of a supply block right now for the Canadian that he does need to break, and it's actually taking a while to break. Oh my god, I'm canning still whispering. Go away, Chris. I'm working.
Grant, you do not have the mental capacity right now to deal with one of those whispers. In addition to the entire game, running production and observing, you're doing an amazing job juggling all those plates, and we're gonna keep them going here for the last game. So no worries. Third base down now for MaSa. The Raven's already out, and he's got a tank pumped out as well, but only one tank from MaSa before he swaps over. No, he's gonna crank out another tank as well. I wondered why he was lifting that factory up. So there we go. The barracks swapping over now finally, and we are gonna see MaSa transitioning in to again bio tank style. It worked so well for him in game number 1. Glad to see him pumping it out again in game number 2.
Yeah, I'm with you there. The Observer getting in is going to be able to see a bit, but there is a Raven. So playing a little game of cat and mouse right now. We do have Drilling Claws on the way in order to make those Widowmines the ever more deadly. And this time they are a little... They died again, didn't they? They died.
Are you alright there?
No. Blinkstalker's able to take down a couple of Marines. Stim is on the way, +1 on the way. But right now, actually, PiLiPiLi does have a good bit of pressure, and he's able to take his third quicker. Have we seen the third CC? Yes, in the main, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. Very, very nice here from MaSa. Both players really playing quite intelligent StarCraft.
The one big difference I see right now is that PiLiPiLi's Forge is quite late this game, right? Dropping it down around the 6-minute mark. So he's not going to be able to get his upgrades out quite as quickly as MaSa, even though MaSa's only on 1 engineering bay. Bit of a bold play here to try and pick up that tank on the high ground. The Stalkers are going to be eating a lot of damage. Those Stalkers just off screen right now, going to be eating a lot of damage from those tanks. The tank is going to be picked off, which is nice. The auto turret has gone down, but there's a big loss there. That tank from MaSa was, I believe, the only tank on the high ground there, and now he's down to just 2 tanks instead of 3. That force at least 1 more tank out of MaSa before he makes his +1 push with Stim.
Yeah, nice play there from PiLiPiLi. The Stalkers stay alive, albeit very beaten up. He's doing a good job of keeping MaSa back as well. MaSa can't really move out because if he unsieges, he knows PiLiPiLi has the potential with this Observer, which he has shown, to blink in and pick off any tanks on the high ground. So PiLiPiLi's doing a good job of you know, screaming in the face of MaSa that I'm so scary, when in reality right now he doesn't have that much. He is, yeah, you can see MaSa even scanning to go, how scary is this push? Because PiLiPiLi is a fully saturated third. MaSa hasn't even landed his base yet. So PiLiPiLi's really done a great job economically of keeping his opponent at bay. But he needs to capitalize, right? And that's what he couldn't do in game 1. He just couldn't close. Yeah, okay. Good control here from PiLiPiLi. He does have a prism to the north. That certainly has a lot of potential, actually. Is charge done? Yeah. Get some zealots in that main bad boy.
And that's exactly what he's going for here. We do see the 5 gateways just finishing up additionally for PiLiPiLi, pulling up to a total of 8 gates on 3 bases. You know, name a better combo. Protoss players on 3 bases, Protoss players with 8 gates. It's exactly where you want to find yourself at about 8 minutes in. So really nicely done by PiLiPiLi here, setting himself up for a good timing. Hopefully we can get some Zealots in the main while there's some additional pressure on the third here. MaSa's tanks right now not spread out the best they possibly could, so PiLiPiLi does have a chance to put some pressure there on that third base.
Yeah, Zealots coming in to reinforce now. There are a couple of units, maybe a little bit far from home. No medevac with them is going to force the back off here. Finally, we have that drop loaded up to the north. No. Yes. He's going to warp in some reinforcements and also drop the main. The main has so much potential for damage here. There's nothing. It's all being rallied as well outside to the natural and the third. So this Prism's going to get in, and this is going to do a lot of damage. Oh, you need to go for the mineral line, mate. Not the depot. But meanwhile, 12 probes go down to Raven harass. Wow, that's a lot of workers there.
That's unacceptable. You can't lose 12 probes to a Raven harass, no matter how much pressure you're putting on their side of the map. So that means that he's really got to win with this push, but he's doing great. As you said, double-pronged harass in the main and in the natural right now. He is eating a lot of damage from MaSa, who has an army supply advantage. These beautiful force fields going to prevent a lot of the SCVs from tanking in this fight. There's simply nothing out. The ghosts are here. Beautiful EMP there by MaSa on the Stalkers there. Stalkers all going to get pushed back as well as one Immortal, but his infrastructure in the main getting torn apart like a house in the south during a hurricane.
I mean, other small mistakes here. None of the SCVs are working down at the third, so MaSa's really not mining at all right now. PiLiPiLi's picking up a great lead. Sure, he lost a lot of workers that he didn't need to, but he has the money to spare. He's continuing Immortals. He has these continued Immortal pressure. It looks like he's finally getting cleaned up. He's still not mining at the third, Creighton.
That attack in the main base still going on, Grant. There's still Zealots being warped in there in the main base. And they're finally just now getting moved down to the natural. 19, 20 probes have gone down. PiLiPiLi really could siege up that Wolf Prism doing their big work, but look at this. More Stalkers jumping into the third base right now. MaSa is going to lose an awful lot here, and there's simply no way they can make this work. Nice snipe on the Warp Prism there to take it down, but it doesn't excuse the fact that he's now lost 33 workers. Both players playing a little bit tired, playing a little bit sloppy, but right now PiLiPiLi taking a big advantage over MaSa in the economic game. MaSa's got to push, and he's got to push soon, Grant.
Yeah, MaSa has considerably more army units than PiLiPiLi right now, but I don't know if he really knows it. PiLiPiLi's Observer doing a great job of seeing everything, and PiLiPiLi knows he has to produce right now. He's not moved on to any AoE units, which blows my mind. He is purely playing Protoss Bio, as I like to say. Okay, now he's getting some Archons, that's good. 36 workers go down, but in the end, MaSa is actually still mining pretty well. I mean, he's mining more.
He remade a lot of SCVs that he did lose there. Of course, the SCVs lost 36, but remember that one auto turret harass killed off 12 of PiLiPiLi's probes. Which, if he hadn't lost those 12 probes due to this micro not paying attention, he would have been so much farther ahead this game and further ahead this game. Instead, MaSa now puts himself in a pretty solid position, even though the army supply is still in his favor.
Yeah, the army for PiLiPiLi is now starting to look more intimidating. Darkshrine on the way, another Prism on the way. The Prism really has been the catalyst for MaSa struggling in these games. We see a Marine coming just to spot a Marine. He's going to see everything that goes on. This Observer is just so wonderful. It sees everything. It sees the army. It even sees the Widow Mine. It sees where the ghosts are, most likely. Does it see the ghosts? No, it doesn't see the ghosts. Okay. The army actually split Immortals to the north right now. There is a sensor tower, and I like that from MaSa. He needs to keep control of things. But again, what if a Prism flew into the main right now? Okay.
Well, it's not going to. PiLiPiLi lost 7 more probes back home to that Raven that is now sitting between the natural and third. Or pardon me, the Widow Mines is sitting there between the natural and third. Huge Widow Mine shots here. The Stalker, of course, will eat some damage, but 2 more probes going down. PiLiPiLi cannot continue to make these micro mistakes as the game goes on. MaSa is going to be able to take a win based on the back of this minor harass instead of on the back of a really solid macro game. Now we do finally see these Immortals coming into the main base. They're going to waste a lot of time, though, working down those missile turrets. It will give PiLiPiLi time to warp in, but now MaSa back in the main base to defend his turf. Let's see if PiLiPiLi can make of this dual-pronged harass.
MaSa sent so much of his army into the main, but there's such great defenses, and I love all of these random supply depots because they really mess with the Zealots' charge animation, and things like the Archons very much struggle to get around them. Archons like Ultralists, are very clunky. If there's a building in the way, they just sort of freak out and they don't know how to handle it. So very nice there from MaSa. He is going to be able to save this as well. There are still Widow Mines just everywhere, causing so much havoc. Finally, the cannon is here. There's no observer, right? Is there any on the map? Yeah, I know there's the one, but it's the other side. It's
Yeah,
going to go off.
those
Oh my god, it's going to do so much damage.
Yeah.
He's
There's going to be a really nice
recalling it. Nice.
Oh, just in the nick of time here, that warp prism, pardon me, that Wood of Mine cleared off, not able to get its shot down, but that has given MaSa plenty of time to move across the map now. And oh man, PiLiPiLi's army just transferring here, not in the right position where it needs to be. Good force field to buy himself a little bit of time here, but now PiLiPiLi could be in a lot of trouble. MaSa has a huge army supply advantage over him.
Yeah, MaSa now storming forward with a very strong army. The EMP is massive, catching so many of his units. The Archons will fall. We need to see some good splits. There's some good concaves here from MaSa, but look at the supply right now. Great, and also MaSa looking for the 2-1 victory, and I can't see any way that this is going to be stopped.
I don't know why Protoss players insist on making charge lots and dropping force fields at the same time against a bio army. It's never worked out the way they expected to. You see all the zealots like running up against the force fields like Chris Farley in an SNL sketch, and MaSa just falling from the backside. That's going to be it.